Oh, nice job, Vidal. Let's go. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the new FUT birthday Arturo Vidal to review today. So, we're taking a look at a card who is 5'11 with high work rates, right-footed with a 5-star skill move capability, and a 4-star weak foot. In regards to his in-game player traits, he has the dives into tackles trait and the power header traits, while being a player with high work rates. So, this card, right off the bat, looks like he could be an amazing CDM, but also we're going to be testing this thing out in game because this card also looks really good with an engine chemistry style playing in that center mid position, depending on what his base dribbling characteristics are like. This card looks absolutely correct out of its mind, okay? Like I said, defensively, he looks great. Attacking-wise, he looks great. We're going to be trying him out at both in the center mid position mostly, right? So he's got 83 acceleration with an 82 sprint speed, which is perfect for the shadow chemistry style. But even if you were to give him the engine, he would have 88 acceleration with 87 sprint speed, which would still be very nice to have in the midfield with dribbling boost on the card, while he's really good at doing everything else because his base card stats for defending is already very high on this card, right? Base card stats for shooting, 90, 85, 92, 92, 85 for volleys, and 89 composure is amazing. You don't necessarily need to improve that for a player that's going to be mostly playing in the midfield position. Here's the thing about this card, right, is that you could totally play him as a center back, as a right wing back, as a right back. It honestly doesn't matter. This card is very good. It's going to be very versatile in the attacking and defensive position, and then the defensive and attacking position if he's at the back, you know? Base card stats for passing, really good as well. You don't necessarily need to improve it. With the engine, it would definitely be very nice as well. Dribbling, we are going to be testing out in game because he is a 5'11 player. FUTBin has not been updated yet. He's a 5'11 player with a unique body type, which is actually very helpful. Hopefully it's a good unique body type so he actually dribbles across the pitch really nicely, just with the shadow chemistry style, because the boost that you give this card on a shadow is definitely very nice. But like I said, because of his base card stats already being very good in a defensive area, an engine would definitely be very dope. A plus 10 for balance, a plus 10 for dribbling, and a plus 5 for agility, while giving him some passing and pace boost would definitely be very nice. So with this Vidal, we also have really good physical stats too, right? He's got 97 for aggression, 87 for strength, and then 90 for stamina, which is absolutely incredible, right? So with Vidal, we are going to be trying him out in the center mid position because we want to... actually, what's perfect is to try him out in a 4-4-2. Yes. 4-4-2 would be perfect, actually. So he has Tonali on the right side and Vidal on the left side. Yeah, that's definitely going to make the most sense. Okay, and then we could switch Dybala off to here, and then switch him over here with Frank Ribery. Palacio over here, Ronaldo there. Cool. So the instruction that we're going to be using to try out Vidal is going to be on cover center balance instructions, because again, we want to test him out attacking and defensive wise to see how he behaves in each situation. And then as the game progresses, I might actually switch to the 4-1-2-1-2 and use him as the CDM to kind of test him out more defensively. Yeah, so it's going to be for the ultra attacking and then attacking formation. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, let's get into some games and see what's up with this card. Okay, so let's try him out on the 4-4-2 first. See what his dribbling is like. Oh, he's not sluggish. Look at that. Good, man. That's awesome. So yeah, he'd be pretty cool with an engine chemistry style then for that dribbling boost as well. Yeah, just going to commit into the play a little bit. I did not even trigger that run. See his body to body. Ooh, Virgil van Dijk. Put way too much on that through ball. Oh, hello. Nice. Get him a little bit on the skill moves there. Left stick dribbling with the contextual agile dribbling on is actually pretty responsive too. I can tell you guys this right now, it's definitely more of a base characteristic of his to attack more, because on the balance instruction, this guy literally moved off to the sides in the attacking areas once it became open. And in that situation there, I didn't even trigger that run and he just bulleted forward. Look, he's probably going to do the same thing over here as well. He adapts to the players around him, right? So once he sees that opening is there, you see, he starts to make that run. Which is interesting, because I think that was his base characteristic last year as well, just being a more attacking-oriented player. I could be wrong. I don't remember exactly, but it's very obvious. Like, you see how he's overcommitting forward like crazy? I think it was the case, though. I think he was more attacking. So a card like this on stay back while attacking would be really dope then, because he would still offer you a good attacking presence whenever given the opportunity to. I'm going to force this run out of him right here, actually. Because that middle space is going to open up with Ronaldo and Vidal also making that run. We're going to call it then. Super aggressive, man. Look at that. This card would be really dope on an engine chemistry style as you're more attacking-oriented player that has defensive stats. First time strike. Nice try, nice try. See? Sees the space immediately in that situation. Yeah, so I just wanted to test out his dribbling. I could have totally shot right there, but I just wanted to see how responsive he would be in those situations. So yeah, it could be definitely very ideal to give him an engine chemistry style. 2 little emphasis tackles right there. I definitely think it'd be nice for a card like this. Like I said, because of the base card stats for defending already being really high. It'd be dope. He's always super aggressive, man. He just makes those runs himself, man, I'm telling you. This guy in a 3 midfield setup would be really dope, for sure. Nice pass, Vidal. I'm going to involve you in the play again. Oh, he took... There's no foul in that. Oh, there's no foul. What? High work rates. He actually pushes back, at least. Oh my goodness, that's actually not a foul. I can tell you guys this right now, that a card like this in the CDM position, as like, let's just say for instance you're playing like a 3-5-2 and one of your CDMs is unbalanced and offers you this extra attacking support, Vidal will definitely be that guy for you for sure. Boom. Ball roll touch. Power strike from a bad angle. Okay. So the dribbling, you see how the dribbling is after he does some certain skill moves? That's where you may want to give him that engine chemistry style. Because like I said, man, I keep saying in this review, his base defending stuff is already pretty high. The shadow would just make more sense because it makes the card more versatile in important areas, right? Improving his defense as much as possible, as well as the pace, because pace is such a big thing in FIFA nowadays. Nice, Vidal. Good tackles. Oh, I want to try the finesse shots. So sometimes you have to get used to the shot power that you put behind the strike, depending on the player that you're using. Like sometimes putting more is better with the players that have really good shooting stats. With Vidal, I'm kind of like familiar with what it is now. Good little interception there again. You can definitely tell that Vidal's more of a player that you should be using as a CDM on balance instructions, 100%, but like I said, it's definitely a player that you could potentially use in different areas of the pitch. Okay, so now that we got a feel for the card, what I want to do now is kind of test him out in some key areas here. Little pass off there, go for the near post strike close to the goalie. He goes for his left right there. So when the goalie starts to push himself out in that situation, you either go across goal, because sometimes they'll just put out their legs, or you go for a ball roll touch or a heel to heel across from them to kind of score those opportunities. You're noticing that it's a constant thing with him that he does like to attack a lot, even with the high work rates. Like once he sees the space, like right here, not right here actually, because the players are all over the place, but over there you could kind of see that he starts to like push up a little bit. We don't have like a get and behind instruction or a get forward instruction with the center mid either. Like he just does it himself. Good block there. There we go. We'll score that last minute goal. Yeah, the next game I want to play him on an engine chemistry style. Yeah, so what I want to try is this, because if he is an attacking oriented player and I give him the get forward instruction, this card is probably going to bullet around the attacking areas like crazy. So let's see if he actually does that. I want to give him the engine for the balance boost, for the dribbling boost in general, while giving him that extra pace. So what we're going to do here is we are going to use the 4-4-2 again. Defensively, this card's going to be great, guys. If you use him in a 2 CDM setup where he's playing in the left center defensive position on balance instructions or just stay back while attacking, this card will give you a very good attacking and defensive presence. Now, what we're going to do over here is we're just going to tell him to get forward and just attack as much as he wants, because his attacking AI is pretty crazy, to be honest. Like, he gets in really good positions when given the opportunity to. But I feel like he needs the dribbling if I want him to be more attacking oriented. Okay, let's see how he performs in this game. This one will play like 60% normal FIFA, I would say. Ooh, hold on for a second. Oh my god, look at that with the engine, man. Woo! There we go. We didn't get the initial ball, but we got the ball afterwards. Yeah, this card is definitely really cool with the engine too, boys, for sure. Oh, nice job, Vidal. Let's go. Nicely done. Good shot. So with the engine chemistry style, obviously for the defensive presence, you do lack in the acceleration and sprint speed a little bit for the meta of the game. It would definitely be very nice to have more pace and or have more sprint speed and then acceleration, but the card's definitely more fun to use on the engine for sure, in my opinion. Like, I like that he can dribble really quickly in the attacking areas. Oh, let's go, Vidal. Good shooting animation, too, for that one. It did go through the defender, but I'm not sure if he was using him or not. If he wasn't, then I don't feel as bad, but if he was, then shouldn't have gone through. Alright guys, so final verdict on this Vidal card. So in my opinion, guys, with the way that the meta kind of works nowadays, right? It's not terrible to have a high work rated player playing the CDM position. I do think it's a preference to use more of a medium high for sure. But with a card like Vidal, there's more of an exception because of how much he compensates in so many areas of the card, right? So for me personally, it is a card that I would mostly use in the CDM position because if you take a look at this card, right, in the center mid position, it would be more ideal to give him the engine chemistry style to make him feel better in the dribbling department because you're also giving him some extra pace. He's got defensive stats, he's got physical stats, passing, shooting. The card has a lot of different things to work with, right? So in that center mid position, it's better to get a player that can dribble really nicely. Like obviously, if you're ever using like a 4-4-2, it's always nice to use players, like Bruno Fernandes, like Ronaldo Sanchez that can attack, defend, and then dribble on the ball really quickly, right? So with the engine, Vidal can definitely do that. But for me personally, this card playing in the midfield position on stay back while attacking will be so good because of him being attacking oriented. Does that make sense? Because when that's a base characteristic of his, that means that when the space is so obvious to attack, when it's good enough, he will actually utilize that empty spot, right? So with the shadow chemistry style, boosting his defense and pace as much as possible in the defensive areas that will also offer you a good attacking presence is going to be an amazing thing to have for this card. Now, the cool thing with Vidal is that obviously you can play him in a lot of different positions, right? Like if you want to play him as a center back, you want to play him as a right wing back in a 5-3-2 or something, like, you're more attacking oriented right wing back. He'll be very good in those positions as well. So with Arturo Vidal being from the Serie A, playing through the midfield, there's a couple of links that you can obviously work with to have fun with, and it definitely makes sense that he's as good as he is from the price point that he's at, because it's a card that is pretty much good in every single area. I wouldn't necessarily fully recommend using him as a center mid because he feels more like a CDM. But the thing about this card, like I said, is that he can still play there and plays it really well because of that base characteristic that he has of being very good on the attack, right? So if you want to use him as a center mid in a 3 midfield setup, I would recommend giving him the engine chemistry style. I think he's going to play it really well. If you're playing with a 2 midfield setup, it's going to depend on you whether or not you want him to be better at dribbling or defending. So I would personally give him the shadow chemistry style, and I would compensate for the dribbling myself because giving him all that extra pace, I feel like is important for the meta of this year. And then again, if you want to play him in that CDM position by himself as well, he'll be really good in that area too, because look at those defensive stats with the high work rates playing in that middle. He's going to be amazing, man, because he offers you everything that you need, right? So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. I think the price point is fair for like full meta cards usually. So it's a really cool card in my opinion, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.